Hey guys, I'm Jordan Cruz, and I'm about to tell you what's happening now. With me today is Reagan Horton, and we're going to be doing our weekly show where we talk about what's going on in the sports, movie, and video game world. So let's get started. First off today is we're going to be talking about Avengers Age of Ultron, Batman v Superman, the DC movie lineup, PlayStation Now is officially released, Jason Momoa being announced as Aquaman, and preseason football is right around the corner. How you feeling, Reagan?
Decent.
All right, let's jump right in. All right, so our first topic today, which is kind of a topic that's been on my mind, is Avengers Age of Ultron. Now, I was thinking this week about, where the last Avengers movie kind of left off, because Guardians of the Galaxy just came out and it was very good. I saw it this weekend. It was really good. And there's a lot that they need to kind of answer for, and I'm kind of going to go over, you know, how much they need to do in Age of Ultron, and here we go. Age of Ultron. Now, when we left off, we have Captain America had just brought down all of Shield. So you have Samuel L. Jackson, him, and all the other Avengers after their own adventure. Now they have nothing to go back to. Avengers was kind of always based around Shield. Shield kind of always helped them. They were kind of like their backup a little bit, and now we don't have that. So in Age of Ultron, we have to somehow get all the Avengers back together. We have to get some questions answered about what happened with Shield, and we kind of have to figure out, you know, the Ultron story, and they need to cram all of that into about a 2.5 hour movie. It's really going to be interesting to see, and I'm not sure how they're going to pull that all off. What do you think, Reagan?
Another interesting thing is going to be how is Iron Man gonna be now that he doesn't have the arc reactor in his chest anymore. I'm interested to see what they do with that.
That's right. That's another thing.
And it is going to be weird them not having Shield because Shield was what called them all together. So it'll probably and it's going to have to be some sort of it's going to have to be some sort of like huge disaster that requires all of them to come around. And maybe I hope like we get to see why they weren't in each other's movies helping them out, because Captain America, he's taken down those three ships in the that Shield has sent out, and why no one else helped him, or no one else was around. It's going to be interesting to see why.
It'll be interesting to see if they even acknowledge it, because I mean, was it all happening at the same time? Were they even acknowledge it? I don't know. It's hard to say. Hopefully they do. Marvel doesn't do that many things that don't make sense or they just leave out. This might be the one thing that they do. But yeah, it's gonna be really interesting to see, and the movie's just around the corner, so I don't know. It was something on my mind that I was kind of interested in, but now let's kind of jump into some more recent news. Batman v Superman. Its release date has officially been moved up. A lot of people are saying that it's Marvel won the war. I'm not so sure. I kind of had a feeling that that the May date of 2016 was kind of just just kind of a filler spot till they actually figured out how long it's going to take to make the movie, and maybe what would be the best time for them to release the movie for everything. But Batman v Superman moves up to March 26th. So it's gonna be interesting, and I'm really glad that they moved it up. And if they can move it up again, that'd be great. There have been rumors that Star Wars might be delayed because of Harrison Ford's injury, and if that movie is delayed, I believe that Batman v Superman will take that spot, because if Christmas is open, I honestly think that it's going to be finished far before Christmas, and they're just going to take that spot. What do you think?
I was thinking that this movie would always be a summer blockbuster, or it would come out around the holidays. So maybe they are kind of just waiting to see what happens with Star Wars, because it's up in the air with Star Wars right now. They don't know if they're going to move it back or whatnot, but it's definitely good news that we don't have to wait another 2 months to see this movie, at least. And I don't really think that it's really a war against the two. I think Captain America was there, and they needed to push it back to make sure they got everything right and everything in a row, and they just kind of pushed it so far back that they wouldn't have to do it again, and it may have just landed on the same date or anything. And I think that they just wanted to move up because you're gonna make more money if your movie isn't competing with another superhero movie. Which Captain America, all due respect, it's not gonna attract nearly as many people as Batman versus Superman. So I don't think they were running with their tail between their legs for another date.
Totally agree. Um, yeah, definitely not. A third Captain America movie versus Batman versus Superman. Batman versus Superman, each individual character is more widely known and probably more popular than Captain America, so I totally agree. The next thing we're talking about is that Warner Brothers finally releases their dates for their films in the future. They're saying that, and I'll go down the list here, and I'll post this list here, and you can see with me that they're going to have 9 films coming out here. They have another one in 2016. It's going to be 8/5/16 there, and they're going to have 2 come out in 2017, 2 2018, 2 in 2019, and 2 2020. Whew. Man, I'm going to be old by the time we see some of these movies here. 2020, God. Okay, so let's kind of go down the list, and we'll kind of figure out where we're going here. I'm guessing that Justice League will probably be that 6/17 date, if we're looking at the schedule here. It's a year after Dawn of Justice. A lot of people think that they're going to be shooting them back to back, and it seems to make sense that about a year later it's going to be the Justice League movie. Of course, it also could be the 2018 date, the 3/23/18 as the Justice League date, because that'd be 2 years after Dawn of Justice. And some people say that they might be waiting for that. But I think it's going to be a year later. That's what the rumors have been. But, okay, so there's dates in between here that if you look at it, you can kind of see that there's going to be a Green Lantern. Apparently it's going to be a Green Lantern Flash buddy film. It's going to be a Wonder Woman film in there, a Cyborg film, an Aquaman film. It's going to be interesting to see how they do it. Apparently they're going to have the other characters in these movies, so they're actually going to have other people helping them rather than the Marvel role where up to this point, they're not even acknowledging that there are other characters in their individual films other than the